Good afternoon, this is Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage. Coming to you today to talk to you about homeowners and condo owners associations. So we're going to be talking about this all week. We're going to be bringing you a lot of great information, talking about the pros and cons of living in them. We're going to just kind of give you a brief summary of that today. And then actually on Thursday, we are bringing in Cliff Goffner, who is the owner of Bonanza Realty here in Anchorage. What Bonanza Realty does is manages homeowners and condo owners associations, and he's going to talk to us about, from his perspective, what he sees going on in the industry, explain the industry from his perspective, and answer some of the questions that we have for him. So stay tuned for that. Really excited to bring him on. It's going to be some really great information. So today, like I said, we just want to give you a brief summary of homeowners and condo owners association. We titled today's video, "What lifestyle are you looking for?" And the reason for that is when you are looking at a home versus a condo, when you're looking at a home with a homeowners association or without, there is some lifestyle differences and changes that do take place. And so what we want to do is kind of outline that and put it in perspective for you. So if you are the type of person looking for a single family home, you just want to be alone, you want to be separate, you don't want to be attached to another building, you don't want to be attached to your neighbors, share a wall or anything like that, then a single family home is for you, right? Now you got to ask yourself, do you want a homeowners association in your neighborhood or subdivision, or do you want to be completely free to do whatever you want? The homeowners association is going to have covenants that you need to abide by to live in there. Otherwise, they can take action against you. So if you want to live in a neighborhood that has beautiful streets, people have to keep their yards a certain way. They maybe have restrictions on what you can keep in the front yard, maybe the style of home to be built, and things like that. Then a neighborhood or subdivision with a homeowners association is going to be perfect for you. If you don't want that, if you want everyone to be free, you want to be able to do whatever you want and no restrictions at all, then look for a home without a homeowners association. So there is a lot of pros and cons in there. We'll get into more detail about that tomorrow actually, but we just wanted to go over briefly what that is. Now with condo associations, it's slightly different. Those associations are going to actually have more control over the buildings or building, depending on what kind of condo it is. Most of the time, the dues that you pay to the condo association are going to go to several different things. A lot of the times they're going to cover exterior maintenance of the building. That's going to be the exterior, the walls, it's going to be foundation, it's going to take care of the roof and things like that. They're also going to take care of landscaping for you. So if you don't like to do yard work, this may be a perfect fit for you. And if you don't like taking care of snow and you live here in Anchorage or anywhere in Alaska and you don't like snow, don't like shoveling it, don't like sanding, don't like plowing, well, most of the time that's taken care of with a condo as well. So that's another benefit feature for you. So there's a bunch of different things that play into that. Like I said, we're going to go into that tomorrow. Now, not all management companies are made the same. Cliff on Thursday is going to talk to us about that. Just like we talked property management last week, we went all through that. We brought Eric from Real Property Management here in Anchorage to talk about what his company does. They only do property management. They don't do sales. They don't do managing of homeowner associations or condo. They don't do commercial. They just do residential property management. So they specialize, and that's all they do. So, and they are experts in their field. Just like Cliff Goffner with Bonanza Realty, all he does is going to be managing HOAs and condo associations. He doesn't do sales, he doesn't do commercial, he doesn't do other things. He's not a property manager, he manages the associations. So he is an expert in the field. He specializes in this, and he'll be able to bring us a lot of great information and content. So What we also wanted to talk about is giving control up. So when you are part of that condo association or homeowners association, you do tend to give a little bit more of your freedom, of your control up. Their job is to maintain those associations per the covenants. Now, covenants are the rules and regulations set in place for that subdivision or building, whatever you're living in, actually filed with the state, and that these are actually tied to the title report. And so these covenants or rules are going to be set in place, and the homeowners association can come together. They actually form a body. They form a governing body that you come together and vote on things. You're going to have a president, a vice president, you're going to have a treasury, and a lot of these are actually incorporated with the state. And so when they come together and make decisions, vote on decisions, that is what is in place. So by giving control up, you're giving it to this governing body and to those rules and regulations that you have to abide by. Now, why do I bring this all up? Why do I dig into regulations and all this kind of stuff? And why is this important? It's important because if you don't know what those covenants are, if you don't know who manages your homeowners association or condo association, and if you have no idea what's going on, and you go to purchase a property with the intention to possibly, say, rent that condo out or rent that home out, and that is not allowed in the regulations, the covenants, well, you're not going to be able to do that, and you just purchase a property that you're not going to be able to rent out. So that is why this is of utmost importance to understand what is going on, understand the homeowners associations and condos. So without further ado, we'll jump into this here later this week, get into details, bring you some really good content to be able to do your own research on your property and maybe your future purchase of a property. So thank you for joining. This has been Matthew Lindsay with Precision Home Group here in Anchorage.